What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and this is just a random pub game that I'm casting. So, just wanted to do something because I have like another hour before I have to do anything. So we should be okay to just cast this one, and I'm going to like use this also as kind of like a what's going on right now with the channel sort of thing. So yeah, this is just a random pub game taken from the subreddit Dota 2 Cast It. I don't know how much activity the subreddit actually gets, but I thought I would do someone, I don't know, a favor. I would make someone's day, I suppose, and get their game commentated and up on YouTube. I don't know who they are. I have no idea which player they are, so if you're watching this and I completely shit on you, don't take it too hard. Anyway, on the Radiant, it is going to be Blitz. I'll just call him Blitz. On the Bounty Hunter, he's going to be with that guy on the Nyx Assassin versus the, actually, let's just go over everyone. Sephiroth is going to be playing the Timbersaw JV on the Shadow Fiend, both of them heading mid for some reason, and Delirium is going to be playing the Slardar on the Radiant. On the Dire, Navi Slayer is going to be playing that Invoker. We have Namtile. He's like moving around. Nam, that's fine enough. Ans Japan is going to be playing the Doombringer Fell on the PA, and SL Nightlife is going to be on the Lion. So yeah, this is a random pub game just to do something. Looks like it's actually going to be a support Nyx protecting a Bounty Hunter, although in my opinion a little bit unnecessary. Top lane is going to be Timbersaw as well as Slardar versus a defensive tri-lane, or 2.5. PA is going to be supported by this Lion. Lion's going to have a pretty good time, although if he gets a little bit too close, it could easily mean first blood for the Radiant team. Having that range advantage is all well and good, but Timbersaw does have that point in Timber Chain, and a little bit of body blocking means that the stun is also going to land. So Nightlife's got to be careful. Fell should be able to do relatively decently regardless, because of that Stifling Dagger. It lets you last hit from a mile away. Mid lane, could have sworn I saw two people here. Yeah, Nyx Assassin just dipped into the lane for just a little bit, giving the Shadow Fiend a little bit of momentum. And Shadow Fiend is getting harassed pretty badly by Slayer. But then again, Slayer did get that pressure from the Nyx right in the beginning of the game. So yeah, if this is a pub game, not sure. I think he might have mentioned how high. No, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I just chose one. So not sure how high skill level these guys are, but it looks like it's decent enough. I mean, we have some wards already. This one's a pretty good one, canceling off this camp as well as canceling off this camp. So a good ward placement there. No sentries on the bottom lane for either side, however, so no one's actually going to be dying anytime soon. And Clinks, for some reason, going to rush a Soul Ring. I really don't like Soul Ring on Clinks for a multitude of reasons. I guess it kind of, the justification at least, is that, hey, you get Soul Ring to get some mana so that you can get Death Pact to get your health back. So then it is a net gain in some sense. But honestly, what items do Clinks usually build? They always go for Orchid. And that means you're going to be swimming in mana, or at least have enough mana to function. So in my opinion, a huge waste of gold already from the Dire team, but at the same time, he's actually getting something, whereas Delirium and Sephiroth are already forced to abandon that top lane. Pushed it a little bit too far, and now Nightlife is going to do the pulling action. Only going to get a single pull, so it's not going to be the most effective at denying creeps, although it will hold up the creeps for just a moment. Yeah, I wanted to also use this video as kind of a what's going on. No, Slayer taking a lot of damage from the Shadow Fiend. Maybe he might actually get a kill. Cold Snap and Retaliation, both of them very low, but a bottle on the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend's going to try to turn around for this. Very, very risky play. One more right click from the Invoker would have done him in. The bottle Shadow Fiend will be able to regain his HP a lot faster than the Invoker, so he has a small opportunity to make something happen. Looks like instead he's just going to fall back. But yeah, I am right now not casting any pro games. Not because I don't want to or anything, but because I don't really want to jump in to any tournaments that are halfway through. Like, I don't really want to buy a defense pass at this point and get into that, and then I'm pretty sure I can actually do it on Twitch. That own TV restriction is probably gone, since everyone's doing it on Twitch now. Own TV is no longer going to exist. But yeah, I don't really want to spend the money and get like half coverage. I'd rather just wait until the next patch, wait until some new tournaments come out, and then jump in right from the start. I'm kind of cautious about pursuing the Asian games just because I don't think I have the attention span for that kind of stuff, and I don't know any of the teams, I don't know any of the players. So I'm probably going to wait until a solid Euro tournament comes out and then hopefully jump in right from there. But until that happens, I'm just going to wait and you know, maybe do some more of these if people like them. Also, try to get more playthroughs of games, FP VODs. However, as of late, I've been on a pretty bad losing streak because I'm just gonna blame my teammates. All my teammates have sucked. Like in like three out of 5 of my last ones, there've been like severe arguments between 2 of them, like, oh, you didn't pull correctly, or you're taking my farm, and then they just like go into the jungle and hide or start jacking their items or something like that. You know, those games. And those games no one wants to see, so I'm still looking whenever I play something that, you know, could be uploaded, like actually has some value. I try to upload it, but I'm not sure when the next one is going to be. I'm still playing though, still looking. Again, if you have any requests or really requests of heroes to play or any content at all, then just let me know. But yeah, so I'm going to be waiting for those new tournament passes, whichever ones they are. Not sure what it's going to be. I have no idea what's coming. I think what ESL is getting a new tournament soon. I don't know if that ticket is going to be released within this week's patch. Hopefully it will be, because I feel like I'm just wasting my time right now. Sephiroth taking a lot of damage, but he's going to return the favor with Whirling Death. Hex onto Delirium. However, they cannot go for the Slaughter because there is just so much damage on the enemy side, especially if the Dire decide to close the distance. Fel even taking a Crush. Just a little bit of harassment damage back and forth. All the while, Ends Japan doing a minor pulling, I suppose, but jungling with the Doombringer. He's going to go for a Soul Ring. The regeneration is pretty good in that situation. And honestly, I don't know enough about the Jungle Doom. I have yet to run that to know if it works, so I can't really offer any real criticism of that. But it looks like well, he's definitely out of health, for one thing. Probably Ring Protection would have been better because he has no armor. Sephiroth going to respond to Fel's engagement. He's going to get hexed up, however. It looks like both sides. Not going to happen once again. Yeah, but generally with Doom, I think if you're going to jungle, you have 0 armor, and that's not much at all. Navi Slayer trying to go strong onto JV. The Cold Snap is doing a ton of damage. He should be able to take this kill, especially with all those Wex orbs, plus the phase boost. Just has to chase him down. Tornado, invoke the Tornado, invoke the Tornado. Turn around for one raise. JV misses the first one, and Navi Slayer is thinking about it, but he's actually not going to go for it. So we have yet to see a first blood, even though we have come very, very close. Track is up on the Bounty Hunter now, so Clanks is not going to be as safe in the lane as he was before, but he's already level 5. He's not doing too badly. That Soul Ring, again, in my opinion, quite a large waste of gold. But yeah, so far we have yet to see a first blood. The lanes, in my opinion, probably going a little bit better for the Dire. They do have the Jungling Doom, which is not exactly having the best experience in gold income, because, you know, I think Jungle Doom is more of a novelty than a serious jungle like in, Chen Enchantress or Enigma. But regardless, that's another source of income that the Radiant just isn't getting. The mid lane is pretty even, yeah, it's pretty much a wash. And the bottom lane, Clinks is getting a lot more, in my opinion, than Delirium or Sephiroth, who Sephiroth already has been forced to leave the lane. Timbersaw is not going to get any of his mana items anytime soon, so he's going to have to make something happen and as far as killing heroes, because his farm is never really going to come in. Blitzkrieg is farming pretty decently on the bot lane. JV also doing decently. Nyx Assassin, however, was pretty much had his legs cut out from under him with those good early game observer wards by the Clinks. So he really doesn't have all that much. Now Clinks is on the hunt, I believe. He might be just returning to his lane, getting more farm. I think I wanted to talk about one more thing while we're like kind of seeing these guys just you know, move around the map to no real results. Yeah, okay, it was going to be streaming. I have set up my stream. I had one stream, which was, you know, for the most part, just a test stream. But I'm thinking about having a stream on Thursdays. It'll be, what time would it be? It'll be about like, I don't know. The times that are convenient for me aren't convenient for Europe. Sephiroth in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get hexed up. Blink Strike in from Fel. He's going to take the Timbersaw. There's the first blood being drawn by the PA. Very good situation for the Dire there. Delirium unleashed the Crush, but he's unfortunately unable to help his ally, and Timbersaw taking the first death of this game. I feel like it's probably going to set precedents for this entire game, seeing as though, well, the Dire do have a better lane situation, in my opinion. Slater, he's going to find JV, and with 2 illusions, that Cold Snap is going to do work, unless they don't attack. You got to attack with those, man. turn around for a raise. JV trying to fight Slayer 1v1, but Slayer should have the advantage here, especially with Brown coming around from the jungle. JV's going to turn around for one raise, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes Nightlife for the Hex, and he's going to pick up that kill. Sephiroth chasing down Slayer. Don't think you can actually make this happen, man. He has Wex Orbs. Unless Slayer decides to turn around for attacking, Sephiroth is going to miss every single Timber Chain, because that's a really hard spell to land. And now Nightlife plus Slayer should be able to take down Sephiroth. Sephiroth is going to pick up the Invoker, though. Invoker stayed his welcome way too much. Sephiroth might even get away from this. Doesn't have any mana quite yet, and Nightlife deciding to stop for some reason. Sephiroth is going to turn around and die, though. Here comes the Nyx Assassin going to pick up a kill on Ans Japan. He should at least, but here comes Delirium is also here. But Nightlife playing a very good support, using that mana drain to really cripple that Nyx Assassin. Now Fel going to Phantom Strike in with Stifling Dagger as well. Going to pick up this Nyx Assassin. Impale's going to fly, but it's a little bit too late. And Dire end up feeding a lot, end up giving up the Invoker kind of unnecessarily, but nonetheless they do get a good exchange there. Nightlife is going to circle around, but he doesn't actually have any mana. He's going to steal Slardars. Don't have mana, just take his. Investing 2 points into that mana drain. Being really active along the map. Usually you only see one at most being invested into that skill. But you know, just mixing up your build a little bit. The other team does have some mana reliant heroes. If he had a mana drain on Timbersaw, that could be very surprising. But Sephiroth's going to dive right in for Nightlife. Impale instantly, though, as Fel gets one crit, as well as the Phantom Strike. He's going to drop the Timbersaw in an instant. Timbersaw actually dying to the creeps. The PA is getting the time of her life on this top lane. 42 for 5. Already has a Battle Fury in the works with that Ring Impale as well as the Big Sword. So she's going to be farming as much as she possibly can. Something that really needs to happen, in my opinion, from the Radiant is that this Bounty Hunter needs to leave the lane. So right now he's holding it down. He's getting lots of CS. That's great. But even if this lane does well for the Radiant, it's doing decently for the Dire as well. And that track gold really needs to go to his team in general, because his team, aside from the Shadow Fiend, who's getting some decent CS, is really suffering as far as the gold income is concerned. If we take a look at the gold graph, it is dipping further and further into the Dire's lead. Experience is following suit as well. So this Bounty Hunter really needs to start getting active along the map. Has Janata maxed out, so his right click is going to be pretty vicious. But I don't think he's actually planning on moving anytime soon. What he really has to do is teleport up to this top lane, work with Sephiroth, work with Delirium, try to get a kill on this Phantom Assassin, which could be difficult considering that Nightlife has been doing a pretty solid job at supporting thus far. He's level 8 Lion already with those Tranquil Boots 203. A lot of gold in the bank for him. Right now this is kind of wasted time for Bounty Hunter, where his track could be piling up. He's instead opting to pile up all the gold onto himself. Slayer going to try once again for JV with that Cold Snap. Shadow Fiend does have a haste rune plus a bottle. He's going to turn around. It could be a mistake, however. Slayer shouldn't have enough damage, and that means the Shadow Fiend is going to escape. So Slayer being pretty aggressive versus the Shadow Fiend. But unfortunately, he is unable to seal the deal in any of these situations, which is kind of unfortunate, and kind of missed that one. But Shadow Fiend was chilling right up here, waiting for the rune, and, well, the Dire has a ward right there, so Nightlife just gave him the finger. And then that was that. And Japan going to move up to help in this little engagement. Impale starting up onto Delirium, trying to steal all his mana. There's a Stifling Dagger, and Delirium is going to get Hex as well. Blitzkrieg has arrived, though. Going to go for Ans Japan, who has casted his Doom already onto Delirium. Delirium's going to go down, but Timbersaw already picking up that Doom kill with that Timber Chain. Here comes Slayer. Going to open up with the Tornado. Needs to get the Cold Snap out, but he gets impaled, and he's going... No, that is the other team. Timbersaw going to drop from that Impale. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is why I'm casting, because if I don't cast, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Timbersaw and Slardar ultimately do drop in exchange for the Doom. Doom arrived at that fight with, what, like 400 HP out of 1,000. Definitely not a good situation to arrive in if you're Doom. Did get the kill? Did he get the kill? I don't think he got the kill. He got an assist definitely on that Slardar kill. But I don't know if that was actually worth for Doom. He's still very much behind. And the Dire continue to advance their lead. Fel now has a second sword available to her if he does choose to get that. And Kling says he has that soul ring, but look, he's stacking up so much mana regeneration and stuff like that. Just gonna go straight for that Orchid, which is, you know, a fantastic item, especially against this team. If you could lock down the Timbersaw from casting any spells, or the Bounty Hunter from escaping, stuff like that, you get such easy pickoffs as Klinks. So, you know, Orchid is pretty much standard no matter where you're playing as Klinks, but That's a lot of wasted gold. Soul Ring, the regeneration HP isn't going to help him, and the mana restore ability, what is it called? Sacrifice, definitely isn't going to help him either because he's going to have a ton of mana. Really unnecessary costs being taken by this Clinks, but hey, what's done is done. Let us stop dwelling upon that. 2-8 is the score. Bounty Hunter did get one track, I believe, and he's going to go straight for a Demon Edge. Very peculiar. Definitely not what you see in pro games, but really, what would you expect from a random pub that I managed to find on the top lane? Delirium is slowed down by Fel. Does he have enough mana for a Crush? No, he does not. He's going to spend his mana on Sprint. He went straight for the Hand of Midas. And it's actually a decent time for Hand of Midas, considering the situation that he was in. Phantom Assassin almost has her Battle Fury, and she's going to be farming a lot quicker, in my opinion, because Slardar still forced to stick on this top lane, and whenever he goes to that top lane, he gets engaged upon, and there's really nothing for him to do about that. Clinks with the double damage as well as the Death Pact is going to try to get a kill onto JV. Clinks stalking his victim. I don't know if, yeah, he definitely knows something's here, but Blitz is right behind the Clinks, so if Clinks pops out and tries to kill the Shadow Fiend, yes, he might get the kill, but he's going to take a track, and a lot of damage from the Requiem. There goes a Tornado to open up, kind of miscommunication, but you know, what do you expect? Again, JV can take a ton of damage, but Blitz in the meantime is going to pick off Clinks, and JV going to walk away with under 200 HP. That Tornado did not do Dire Team any favors. Slayer is going to try to fight Blitz 1v1. Here comes Nightlife. Finger of Death. Finger of Death. Finger him, man. Just 600 damage, 300 HP. Come on. Nightlife dropping a kill right there, but dropping that Clinks also should not have happened. Tornado didn't do much damage at all. And really, once the Clinks popped out, he did have his Strafe active, and he couldn't do anything, which was kind of unfortunate. Let's see if Sephiroth is going to make anything happen versus Nightlife, who actually has maxed out the mana drain. He's really looking to drain out some mana. I do think Hex is a little bit more valuable, but whatever, man. Random Pub's not going to make that many judgments. Fel has enough gold for her Battle Fury. Needs to pick up that Void Stone whenever she gets the chance. That's going to accelerate her farm quite a bit. And, well, right now, the strongest hero, or the biggest threat, rather, on the Dire side is this Bounty Hunter. He's fought with the Invoker pretty much equally after picking off that Clinks. Those Bounty Hunters got to look out for some kills of his own. But on the Dire side, we do have a very, very dangerous PA, as well as a Lion, who is not really reliant on that farm to be effective. He's already very, very effective so far. Let's just going to find Ans Japan just farming around. Hand of Midas. Very, very late on him, and Ans Japan is going to go down. Track is going to get Blitz a lot of gold. Doom is going to drop as well. Really an effective way to play that. Phantom Assassin, though, is going to find Timbersaw. I believe Timbersaw tried to gank the PA. Not really sure what happened there. But still, Blitz is doing what he needs to do. Took a little bit more time to do it. Now let's see if he can do it versus Fel. Blitzkrieg's going to open up a huge not a hit. Fel's going to try to stand toe-to-toe. Phantom Strike giving her a lot of attack speed, and the crit owning the crap out of that Bounty Hunter. No chance for him there, but here comes the Nyx Assassin with the Impale. Is going to pick up the gold from that. Fel stuck around for a little bit too long. Ended up paying for it with her life. A lot of downtime for the Phantom Assassin. Level 13, but still needs a lot more farm in order to really hit the stride as the Phantom Assassin. Slardar's Hand of Midas. How many Hand of Midas are there? Just two? Just two, I guess. Well, not that bad. We do have Nam looking for a kill onto this Slardar, and Slardar's in a ton of trouble. Level 1 Hex to open up, because why the hell not? Impale as well. Finger of Death is available. Does he want to burn it on the Slardar? It's not going to kill him. It's going to leave him at 20 HP. Nam from downtown with one last Searing Arrow is going to skewer that fish. Just barely getting that kill. Mana drain probably not doing them any favors. Blitz is going to look for a retaliation kill onto Lion. Lion is all alone, but I don't think Bounty Hunter actually knows it. He could get such an easy kill right now. Probably kill him. Yep, there it is. There's a track as well as the Janata hit. Nightlife is going to open up with that Hex, level 2 now. And here comes Nam, but he doesn't have that much mana, because I don't know how you waste all your mana like that. Blitz is going to pick up the kill on the Lion, then go straight for the Clinks. Blitz is going to chase him down. Don't think he actually has enough to get this unless he wants to dive a tower. It could be a little bit risky. He does have a Shuriken up, and it will be enough to kill the Clinks. A little bit of tower shots, but who cares, because he just picked himself 2 kills by himself. This Bounty Hunter, as I said before, is a dangerous hero on the map, and he's only going to get more dangerous because he's building straight damage. I guess he's doing that. Well, I mean, the smart assumption would be because the other carries on his team are kind of lackluster as far as damage goes, and he hasn't really been ganking, so he might as well fulfill that damaging role. But it is a pub once again, so I don't know what this guy is thinking building damage. It is, in my opinion, the correct thing to do. He really needs to make an impact because he took way too long to leave that lane. And damage is probably the best way to do it. Shadow Fiend, not exactly proving himself to be the most reliable of damage dealers, just being caught out of position, missing raises, stuff like that. So why bother with that when you can take the matters into your own hands and just go kill stuff by yourself? Kind of odd movement from the Dire. They're all seemingly scared. They're all falling back. I guess they do have the Phantom Assassin, which they're putting a lot of confidence into. They have the Klings as well, but still they can make a lot of things happen. JV spotted out by the Sentry Ward. He's going to die. Nightlife without the finger, but it doesn't matter because Nam does the damage. Nothing to help the Klings out but searing arrows and 1 point of strafe, but it proves to be enough. He's well on his way to his Orchid. And once that happens, he could do that stuff by himself. Next Assassin in the invisibility form with Blitzkrieg. Oh, and Japan, you have no idea what's coming towards you. The track is going to fly right before the Doom dies. And Doom taking his 3rd death of the game, dying with Hand of Midas on cooldown. Never a good situation to be in. And the Radiants are starting to recover, closing the gap 8 to 12. Still have to worry about this Phantom Assassin, but Phantom Assassin still very soft hero. Pretty sure Blitz could take the Phantom Assassin by himself, although they're not going to mess around. Sephiroth is actually coming up here as well. Looks like they want to gear up for a push. Do the Dire want to defend this? I don't think they will. They all have TP scrolls, so they can defend this. Oh, Fel, you got to get out of there. Slayer, I don't know why, but he's going to jump right in. Tornado is going to save him for a little bit. EMP going to drain a lot of mana as well, but Fel is in a little bit of trouble, so Nightlife is going to find the next Assassin, try to drain out his 0 remaining mana, and Nightlife is forced to fall back. Delirium is going to move in with the amplified damage. Doom is going to fly onto Blitz. It doesn't really matter because there's no follow-up from that, and Delirium is going to try to take both the Lion and the Doom by himself, but they both don't have any mana. Fel is going to blink in. One last crit, going to finish off the Slardar. Meanwhile, the rest of the Radiant team are going to fall back successfully with the Dire on the chase. Unfortunately, Lion didn't have the finger in time. And all the while, JV on the bottom lane, getting a little bit more farm, pressuring this lane out. It's going to force Klinks back. He does not have his Orchid quite yet. I don't think he'll be able to save this if JV just sits there and right-clicks the tower. This tower should go down. And here we go, Nam. Could you do this? No, you cannot. JV picks up the last hit on the tower. Shadow Blades away. So as more and more invisibility is picked up by the Radiant team, the Dire really got to get something out to kind of deal with that. They did get 1 sentry pick off in this bottom lane, but other than that, yeah, they're very, very true sight light. Mine is going to go straight for a mech, which is all well and good for a support hero, but you really need to get some dust or sentries or something because everyone is going to be invisible, and well, there's really no way around that unless you don't want to win, which could be the case. I don't know. Maybe this game is fixed. But Doom still has yet to make a huge impact on this game. Even if he is quote-unquote farming, if he can't really get anything out of that farm, it's not very useful. Going for Boots of Travel as well. Doom is not interested in joining this fight anytime soon. Tornado is going to fly out, hit Sephiroth. EMP not going to hit though, as he will just Timber Chain away. But Nick's Assassin as well as Blitz looking for a pick off onto someone. Here comes the Invisibility Gang Squad, and the Dire do have a Sentry Ward to place a little bit further back, however. They're going to spot out the Nick's Assassin though, impale instantly. Blitz is going to walk in as well. Chalk is going to fly out, doing absolutely nothing. Slayer is going to take a ton of damage. Mech is going to pop off though, try to save him. He's going to walk away with 100 HP, should be fine. Nick's Assassin is still going to try to kill him, but he doesn't have any mana quite yet. Doom on Sephiroth is going to bring him down with the help of the Phantom Assassin. And now Nick's Assassin finally getting enough mana with those Arcane Boots or Magic Stick charges. Going to pick up that Invoker kill. He does have a Haste Rune, so he's going to try to get away. And there's no Hex, no Impale. So that Haste Rune will allow Nyx to just run on out of there. But losing the Invoker in exchange for the Bounty Hunter, that in itself is worth it. But getting a Timber Saw on top of that, which makes it all the better for the Dire team. Did Phantom Assassin get any of those kills? Yes, got the kill on the Timber Saw. So Phantom Assassin's getting pretty darn stacked. Pick up a Morbid Mask, probably just go and hold that. Just for a little bit of lifesteal, makes jungling a little bit easier. Especially if you don't go for a Poor Man's Shield or something like that. And going to go straight for her BKB, which will help her immensely versus this team. The bashes will still go through from Slardar, but Slardar really isn't the big issue on the Radiant team. But yeah, as I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted by that. Oh, I'm going to get rudely interrupted again. Chakram going to fly out, completely whiff everything once again. And teleport cancelled by Orange. That was definitely a mistake. But Dire is still continuing to push. But yeah, as I was saying, Doombringer going for the Boots of Travel will mean that he will have no effect outside of his spells. And well, Level Death does some pretty good damage, and Doom is one of the best spells and one of the best ultimates in the game, just purely by the numbers and effects. Really, he needs something else. He needs to get some armor, because one armor isn't really going to cut it. Nightlife going to open up this fight, going onto the next assassin. Hex as well as silence from the Clinks, but he's going to walk away just fine. Blitzkrieg getting a little bit out of position. He's going to get picked off. He should be, at least. Yes, he will go down. Clinks going to walk away with 300 HP, so picking off the Bounty Hunter once again. Fell's going to jump right in for the next assassin, instead going to change his mind, go for Sephiroth. Huge damage coming out there. Sephiroth returning some of it to Japan, as well as Fell through his chain of combos. JV could be the target now. Yeah, Dire having some commitment issues. They're going to pick up the Shadow Fiend. They could pick up Sephiroth as well. Sure, is going to unleash him, is going to reveal himself, but an instant Timber Chain from Sephiroth is going to pick up the Phantom Assassin. And Japan still wants to go for this. Does have Doom, does have level depth, but Sephiroth with the jukes, and Ans Japan is confused. He heard himself as confusion. No, the level death is going to fly through the jungle. And Ans Japan picks up a double kill using those Boots of Travel to chase. Tower does ultimately drop, and it is a 3-for-2 trade in favor of the Dire, but Slaughter wasn't there again. Slaughter apparently has better things to do. Already took 3 deaths, and at that point, in some games when you die like that, you're just like, fuck it, I'm just going to stay on this lane and farm. My team, if they want to fight, that's their fault. If they take a poor fight, their fault, because they know I'm not there. I'm just going to go farm and try to recover. As a Slaughter, probably not the best idea. If that happened to Phantom Assassin, I'd be like, yeah, Phantom Assassin was farming that entire time. He didn't take the best trade for her team, but yeah, she got a lot of farm. But Slaughter is not going to, is not the type of hero that could pull that off. Slaughter really needs to be active in the team, use that amplified damage to good use early on, and because later Slaughter is a decent carry if he gets absolutely crazily stacked. But Blink Dagger isn't the way to achieve that. That means he's going to play more of an initiation role. Although I think they don't really need that, so Slaughter probably not the best item pickup for you. Really needs to go for a little bit more utility, in my opinion. You know, outside of the initiation role. Like, Blink Dagger is bad, but he needs to go for utility. No, not exactly what I mean. He needs to get some you know, Drum or Assault Cuirass or something like that. Because the damage already coming out from the Bounty Hunter, and Slaughter needs a lot to actually be effective as a damage dealer. He needs a lot of attack speed. He needs to have that magic immunity as well. He's got to. It's going to take a lot of time. But on the other end, we do have a Doom. He's going to take a lot of time as well. Sure, getting a little bit out of position. Tornado plus Impale is going to do some pretty heavy damage. Chalk him right in the way, however. That is going to prevent them from moving forward. Timbersaw. Got to pull that back, man. There you go. Now they're going to engage once again. Now I'm opening up with the silence onto the next assassin. Looks like he is going to drop. No, Chakram going to pop up once again. Delirium in the middle of nowhere. You don't want to be there, man, but no more disables. Slaughter should be able to get out of here. No, Finger of Death. Slaughter didn't stand a chance there. That is definitely not the situation you want to be in. I'm going to farm on this top lane while you guys are fighting an even team fight, but I'm just going to jump in later. And next assassin picks off the Clinks. Got a little bit out of position. Nightlife, unfortunately, going to miss that Impale. Doom onto the Bounty Hunter. I don't know why. Ice Wall is going to go down, which is a pretty well placed Ice Wall. Blitzkrieg is going to just turn around for Slayer. He does not give any shits. Sephiroth is going to jump right in for Nightlife. Impale is going to fly out from that next assassin, and everyone from the Dire just gets annihilated. Fighting without the PA. Fighting so deep into the enemy territory. Definitely not a good situation there. It's going to cost them 4 kills. Shadow Fiend has a ride with that Requiem of Souls as well, which is a lot of damage that previously did not come out in any of those team fights. The only damage that came out from that was that side passive ability. When that spell finally comes out, that's a lot of damage. When these heroes aren't exactly durable. I mean, Lion does have a mech, yes, but and Doom is pretty beefy, but Clinks very weak as far as HP as the Invoker and Lion, mech or no mech. Radiant taking a decent engagement there. Let's actually take another look at how the gold is going. Radiant pulled it back for just a little bit. That was the period of time when the Bounty Hunter was just killing everyone. JV gonna get initiated upon by Fel. Sephiroth is here as well, looking for a tornado from the Invoker. Is going to be a Cold Snap instead. Sephiroth is going to try to Timber Chain away. He will be able to do so, but not successfully in total. No, he's going to miss a second Timber Chain. There he goes. But here comes Shore. He's going to go kill the Invoker instantly, and Fel is unable to get close enough to the Shadow Fiend without first dying. Shadow Fiend dishing the damage, and Fel pops the 10-second BKB charge on absolutely nothing, because you can't exactly use that BKB to dodge against these Shadow Fiend right clicks, which are hurting for quite a bit. 200 CS on the Shadow Fiend, most gold per minute in the game, topping the Phantom Assassin, who has a Battle Fury. Pretty impressive farm from this Shadow Fiend, but that ultimately didn't come into fruition in those previous fights because he got picked off so quickly. But hopefully we will see something different from the Shadow Fiend, because I always like to see a good Shadow Fiend. He's holding on to a lot of gold. Could be a Manta style coming out from him, or he could go for a Divine Rapier, which will be a lot more interesting. But instead he's going to go back to the base and Manta style. Okay, it's going to be Manta style. Shore is going to open up onto Nightlife on the bottom lane, instantly annihilating him. Dagon with the Nyx Assassin. Level 16 on the Nyx, actually. Picking up that Lion so very easily. No time for the Lion to react or anything. Unfortunately, at the same time, that means there's no time for the Radiant to get that track off, so that's a little bit of gold that could have happened, but I'm sure they'll be okay with that Lion kill, especially since it's going to mean the death of this tier 2 bottom lane tower, and the Dire know they have no chance of defending it. They are going to let this one fall. As we take a pause, we are almost at the 30-minute mark, and the Dire are starting to not look quite as strong. Lion's roaming kind of got a little bit cut off, and while everyone from the Radiant is moving, their mobility is really what's helping them through this game. They have the Bounty Hunter to open up with those ganks along with the Nyx Assassin, and those two heroes alone, as you could see from that previous gank, is more than enough to really do work on the Dire side. And I do think it's also because the Radiant have been in general traveling as larger packs. So they're starting to make a little bit of a comeback. The track gold also very, very useful. Bounty Hunter going to go for a Sange. I hope that's for a Halberd. I don't know. Halberd versus Clinks will be pretty darn good because he's not going to get his BKB anytime soon. And using that strafe and instantly canceling that out with Halberd is just a huge, huge deal. How much damage are you doing, Clinks? Oh, that's I believe it's 0. Yeah, you're not going to be doing anything. Dire as well. Need to wait for this Doom to build up an AC, but he's still quite far away. Going for such a farm-heavy build. There we go. We're going to get right back in this game. Going for such a farm-heavy build means that he's not going to have any sort of impact. And even going for an AC, it's not necessarily a bad item, but the impact that he gives isn't really going to be on him. It's going to be mostly towards this Phantom Assassin. But the Phantom Assassin has proven that she isn't exactly durable enough to withstand those fights, especially if Shadow Fiend is going to just be sitting there right-clicking as he is doing to Roshan right now. Minus 16 armor on Roshan. This guy is not going to last long at all. Aegis is going to drop. JV looking to pick it up. There it goes. Roshan picked up for free. Dire none the wiser. Now let's see what the Radiant want to do with this. Instant Vendetta from the Nyx Assassin. Let's see if we get a pick off from someone who's going to overstay their welcome just a little bit too much. Now the tower is deniable. Deny it, guys. Deny it. Nightlife, deny it. Nam, deny it. Sentry is going to drop down, and I believe he stuck around long enough to have some vision. Oh, he's going to breach the high ground. He sees everyone. When is Fel going to drop in? There's the Blade Crush onto Nightlife. Delirium going to go straight in, annihilated by the Nyx Assassin. Double Impale as well, and Japan is going to go down. Navi Slayer is going to try to make something happen with the Tornado, but that is not going to be successful at all. Finger Death onto Delirium is going to bring him down with the help of Fel. Fel now going to try to go for the Nyx Assassin, who should be fine. Fel taking so much damage. JV sitting in the middle of everything, doesn't really even care. Sephiroth with Timber Chain is going to pick up that PA. Impale onto JV, but an Impale right back from the Nyx Assassin. Lion is going to pick up that kill, and Shadow Fiend living at 15 HP. Does have an Aegis, so he wasn't in any danger anyway. Oh, the huge crit return by Shore. So unlucky by the Phantom Assassin. And they know it too. Of course, the second hit is a crit, and of course, that gives Nyx Assassin just enough reaction time to pop that Spike Carapace. So PA with without that BKB, gotta be careful with fighting that Nyx Assassin. Let's take another look at that gold graph after that fight. Radiant continuing to pull it back once the Bounty Hunter actually left that bottom lane and started being active around the map. That was really all they needed. And Dire, unfortunately, in these fights, couldn't make anything happen. And Japan, Doom still available to him. And aside from that, the initiation from the Slardar, combined with the burst damage from the Nyx Assassin, who is really, despite his support role, been getting a lot. 33 CS, yeah, but 919, that means a lot of gold for him. He's going to go for a Mystic Staff. Might be Sheep, might be Shiva's. I think Sheep would be a lot more valuable.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Radiant are starting to pull it back just a little bit. Slardar with enough damage for a BKB of his own. Once all those BKBs pop off, PA is going to be the only, well, I guess PA and Clinks, going to be the only real assets that the Dire have. Doom still with not much money despite his Hand of Midas and Devour. Lion's going to be really unhappy about that. And even when you get BKB against PA, problems arise because PA then has trouble keeping up with their target. Usually with Stifling Dagger plus Phantom Strike, you just get right in there and you kill them in like 2 or 3 hits. But with BKB up, it's a lot harder to stick on your target, especially when the Slardar is magic immune. Especially when there's so many other heroes that you have to worry about. So the Dire starting to slip just a little bit. Fel still continuing to get bigger and bigger, but really her item progression has kind of ceased once that laning phase stopped. JV, it might be in a little bit of trouble. They got to open up with the Doom. JV is going to get away just fine. Sentry wards, there they are, but the Shadow Fiend is moving pretty darn quickly with that Shadow Blade as well as Manta Style. Are they going to find? No, what is... Something's happening. There they are. They're going to find Slayer the Radiant. Thought I heard a crush. But apparently that wasn't it. Fel can open up onto Shore, then there's the Doom onto the Nyx Assassin. He didn't stand a chance. JV gonna pop off his Manta Style, look for a Requiem. He's going to get it right on top of Japan. Japan is going to go down. Nam standing his ground against JV, but he doesn't have nearly enough damage to actually combat the Shadow Fiend. Where is Fel running off to? He's going to get away. Nyx Assassin is not a good pick off in exchange for Doom and Invoker. And here comes the Slardar, gonna sprint right in with that Blink Dagger, gonna try to initiate onto Nightlife. Impale plus Mana Drain, however, and there's a silence from Nam. However, Nam doesn't really have that much HP. Nightlife now tracked as well as Amplify Damage. Well, I guess the track just wore off, and Delirium wants blood. Doesn't have enough mana for a crush, unfortunately. There's another Hex from Nightlife, but another track from Blitzkrieg. Oh wait, that was just Blitzkrieg. I thought his name was something else. That's Blitzkrieg. That's such an easy name. Why didn't I realize that? Wow, that was... I feel dumb now. I thought his name was something else for some reason. I don't know. I guess reading is way too hard. But the Dire are taking continuous scattered team fights, getting picked off, and well, still they don't nearly have as much invisibility detection as they require. That invisibility is really killing them. Bounty Hunter constantly slipping away. The Nyx Assassin constantly getting the jump on people, and Shadow Fiend, as you saw before, getting away from that Lion Doom situation with his Shadow Blade and his raw movement speed. So the Radiant's starting to pull it back, and the Dire, I don't think they're out of it quite yet. They just need to take a good team fight. And a good team fight means opening up with an EMP Tornado, following up with a Deafening Blast, and if they land that on the Bounty Hunter, that'll be absolutely huge. Bounty Hunter actually does have his halberd flying out to him right now. Once he lands that on Clinks, Clinks is going to be one sad skeleton. Guys, gotta make sure they pick off this Nyx Assassin. Been such a thorn in the Dire's side. They could go for JV, but looks like Shore is gonna open up onto Fel. Huge damage. If BKB easily popped up, there's the Tornado onto 2. Ice Wall as well, but not doing anything because of the BKB. Actually, no, it is going to be enough. I keep on like, what is wrong with me this game? I constantly am switching sides. JV gonna respawn from the Aegis, gonna pop out his Requiem right away, and Japan, wake up, dude. JV is killing your entire team. You might want to do something about that. Fel is going to give chase, but once again, no invisibility detection, no dust. They be chilling, I guess. That's fine. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with my casting. I mean, that clearly was on the Dire side. That ice wall. But I don't know. Delirium gonna blink right in. I think he might have bitten off more than he could chew. If the Dire realized that he's alone, they could just turn around and kill him. He's gonna get Japan before he dies, but wasting a BKB charge for that, for an even trade, I don't know if that's worth it. Sometimes you just gotta do that, man. You just gotta go kill him. Dire take a decent engagement there, getting the initiation with the tornado. Luckily for the Dire, the Radiant lined up perfectly. Very nice of them to do so. Another big issue for the Dire, however, is that Nem has received no items since like 20 minutes ago. He got his Orchid and that's it. And he needs a BKB. He needs more damage. But at this point, Shadow Fiend is just way too stacked. The only person who can actually kill the Shadow Fiend is the Phantom Assassin with the help of Lion for disables, or a Deafening Blast, which Invoker has yet to invoke, I believe. So JV is starting to become more and more of a problem. Bounty Hunter, a big problem as well. Going to go for another Ogre Club. BKB of his own probably on the way after that Halberd. And the Radiant are in a good position to close this game out. Nightlife is going to run up the hill. No, it's going to be Fel in danger. Yeah, Fel's looking for JV, and well, I don't think this could actually happen because Blitzkrieg is here as well. Fel is going to get annihilated by the Shadow Fiend right before the tornado comes through. EMP, you can drain a little bit of mana, but it's unfortunately not enough. JV, what are you doing, you crazy bastard? Nam is sitting here in invisibility, finally picking up some dust. Jeez, only took you 38 minutes. Pale gonna fly out on the creeps. And Nam, does he want to engage on this? He does not. We do have all players except for Slardar once again on the spot lane. Requiem is up, and with Phantom Assassin and Lion down, this is the Dire's chance to push this tower and push the Raxes. Sephiroth also has Heaven's Halberd of his own, going for a very good Timbersaw build considering the poor start. Tracks are going to fly, and Slardar with the worst Blink initiation of all time. Shouldn't really matter though, because Japan only has 2 base armor. His armor is pretty much non-existent. It's less than non-existent actually. Shore is going to dive right in with the Impale and annihilated Blitzkrieg. Nailed Japan to the floor. Going to take a cold snap for his efforts, but it shouldn't really matter. The damage from JV, well, you don't want to kill the creeps there. He's going to instead go for the Clinks, who apparently has given up on life. As I was saying, going for the Heaven's Halberd, changing up the Timbersaw build depending on circumstances, and the circumstance being we are getting killed by this PA by this Clinks, and I am not getting much farm, so I probably can't get a Bloodstone. I'm going to make do with what mana I have. Play a little bit more reserved as far as that goes and really get that support going. That's going to give the Radiant bottom racks, and they're going to go right towards the mid racks. They should be able to take this game with 3 down. I don't think the Dire have enough to come back. If I was going to chalk this up to anything, this loss up to anything on the Dire, gotta say it was the Doom not really doing anything, which was problematic enough. Fel had a decent enough start, and well, he's gonna kill the Nyx Assassin one more time. But also JV got just way too much. Slayer kind of got a little bit unlucky. He was constantly denied kills in the mid lane, partially by him messing up, partially just by circumstances. But JV got way out of hand, and I think that the Dire were a little bit too complacent in ganking. They needed to go around. A large part of that is the Doombringer, who really did not get anything accomplished in this game at all. So that is going to be it. Once the Radiant had that Bounty Hunter leave, he made a whole lot happen. So I think if the Doom was like an Enigma or something, this game would have been extremely differently. Would have gone extremely differently, I'm sorry. But right now, the Radiant are just crushing through the Dire. And that is going to be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Random Pubcast. I don't get why people jungle Doom. I have yet to see someone do it well. Every time someone's like, I'm going to pick Doom and jungle, I know the game is already lost, as no one is going to do it well at all. That's going to be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Random Pub number 5 or something like that? I actually have no idea. But look at that gold per minute on JV. When you have that, plus an assassin who's getting all the kills in the world, yeah, it's gonna be a good game for them. Also, Invoker, I guess, got outlaned a lot harder than I thought. But anyway, mostly just for practice. I will be trying to get back into tournament casting once those games come out. FP VOD, streaming, all that. I didn't actually talk about streaming, did I? I was gonna stream on Thursday at like 7 o'clock EST, which is 1 a.m. Europe. I don't know. I mean, I would do it earlier, but I don't really have the chance to do so. So I don't know. I'll probably, yeah, just go for 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock EST, which is 1 a.m., which is in Europe. That's gonna be it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. GG.